5 secrets to stop yelling. A lot of people have come to me to say, I am always yelling. I can't stop. It's not possible. And today I want to share with you 5 secrets that you can use to stop yelling today. But remember, there's still work to be done. My name is Wendy Ologi. I'm the founder of the Intentional Parent Academy. Scratch it. I am the #1 parent coach in Africa. No, remove Africa. Put the world. All right, so let's go there. It is Friday Brief, and I love coming here every Friday to share these few pointers with you. Have you been a parent who is constantly yelling? You are always in that space where you cannot, stop yelling ever. I tell you a story about myself. Have you ever seen my book called From Yelling to Calm? I started my journey a terrible yeller. Oh, you don't want to know. I will yell so much that I actually get to a point where I was asking myself, is this how parenting would be? My saving grace was that I started parenting with a foster daughter. That was my first experience into parenting. So the twins were pretty young. So about 1. So by the time I started to work on myself, the twins were just born. So I would say that I was actually favored by God. So I started to yell so much. I grew up with a dad who was a yeller. So my dad yelled so much that we hated yelling. My mom never yelled. It's interesting how you grew up in Nigeria. You have a mom who never yelled. When I say, people look at me like, really? Yes. My parents didn't hit either. My dad was a yeller. So my dad yelled so much that we didn't like to be yelled at. But you know the interesting thing? I came out of my parenting, started my parenting journey, and I started to yell. Every time when I remember it, I knew that something was wrong. Because remember, I saw 2 examples. One was a parent who never yelled. Another was a parent who was a chronic yeller. And I asked myself all the time, why didn't I pick the parent who never yelled? And I began to research. And I found out that the brain is very reflective. And it always comes and sticks to the negative faster than it will stick to the positive. Reinforcing a positive behavior is actually harder than reinforcing a negative behavior. So parenting characteristics are reflective, especially the negative ones. I picked up yelling, and that is how my life and my journey started. But I wrote the book From Yelling to Calm. It was my story. How I began to get into putting myself through the series of yelling. I started to heal, and I started to actually quit yelling. And it's a big, long journey. Many times when I tell parents about yelling, they're like, oh, I attended the class. I want to stop yelling now. Nobody stops yelling now. They will be on a journey, on a journey, on a journey. I'm still on that journey. Newsflash. I am not a yelling parent. But, sometimes you actually find yourself and you get to a point where you want to escalate something there's something that we say in the inner circle. We say, nobody died. And that's something that I had to teach myself. So I got to that point, I tell myself, nobody died. Or I say to myself, Auntie, calm all the way down. And when I do, I find out that reaction was actually not necessary. So it is a long life journey. I've been on this journey for about 10 years plus. Apparently, you've just started this journey and you want to just scale from where you are and stop yelling tomorrow. It's going to take you a while, but you're going to start the journey today. #1 of the secrets I will share with you that I have also gone through myself. Here are my 5 secrets of how I stopped yelling. My own was identifying the triggers. I started to think, what situations made me lose patience? Is it disobedience? Is it messiness? Is it talking back? So I kept what I called a trigger journal. So for a week, I will note when and why I'm yelling. It started to help me to plan on a calmer response. So every time that I journal, I would tell myself I need to go back to a calmer response. #2, I started to use what I call the pause technique. So before I yell, I pause and I breathe and I count to number 10. What happens is that by the time you do that, the adrenaline has all calmed down. So that's calm all the way down moment. Sometimes I walk away. I give myself a few seconds. So instead of giving my children to actually send them to a naughty corner, I send myself to a corner myself and I regain my control before I begin to respond. #3, I created what I called a calm code. I have a go-to phrase that I replaced calming with yelling with. Nobody died. Auntie, calm all the way down. It can be anything. It can be, let's try again with respect. I need a moment to think. It can be anything for you. But I needed something that's going to make me smile anytime I said it. And yes, it actually really did work. #4, I changed the way that I give instructions. So instead of talking over my children, I get to their eye level and speak to them calmly but firmly. I use fewer words, but I was clear on what it is that they will need to expect. So, example, instead of how many times do I have to tell you to clean this room? I said, I need you to clean up your room before dinner. Let me know if you will need help. Can you see? My instructions changed. Number five, I began to practice what I call repair and teach emotional regulations to myself. So anytime I yell, I come back and say, I'm sorry that I had to raise my voice. And then I begin to model self regulation. I say, oh, I was frustrated. So it's always I. I made sure that I took responsibility for raising my voice at all times. Every time that I found myself in the situation of raising my voice, I always sit back, reflect, and I ask myself, why did you have to raise your voice? And for every time, I've been able to find where I could have done it better. It's not the next person. Anybody can do anything. So it's not that your child is triggering you. No, your child doesn't really trigger you. Actually, people don't trigger you. You choose. You choose how to respond per time. Anytime that I'm responding per time, I have made a choice on how to respond. So teach your children also to handle their emotions without yelling too. That's one of the things that you're doing. So calming activities. I started to journal. Journaling helped me to actually do quite a lot. In our home, we have what we call the calm down corner, where you go and sit down and calm all the way down. One of the things that we have done over the years is to actually create the no yelling challenge. This year, we are adding a twist to it. No yelling, no beating, no spanking, no all of that. Just being able to actually raise children who will be able to, create what I call the problem solving technique of discipline. And this has been a game changer for us. One thing is very, very key. If you are able to gain control of your emotions per time, you will be able to achieve much more. Will it make you perfect? No, I am not even perfect on the journey either. But you will be on a journey. You will be going from somewhere and you're going to somewhere. I invite you to join that course. It is going to change the trajectory of your parenting. One of the things that happened to me when I continually asked God, continually asked God to help me to stop yelling. And I heard you need to take responsibility. But you never had to yell at your children again. Imagine your children actually listening the first time. No shouting, no frustration. I'm actually now there where I'm working on other areas, but right now I'm able to actually talk to my children without getting frustrated, without having to raise my voice. For many years, I've helped parents break free from what I call the yelling circle. And the transformations have been incredible. That's why we are still bringing back the no yelling challenge course. And this time, it's even better. Now, we're using it as a proven system that helps you to stay calm even when your patience is running out. Get your children to cooperate, even without fear, threats, and punishments. Build a home filled with respect and understanding. If you have ever felt guilty after yelling or wished that you actually had a better way to discipline, this is your sign to start today. Join us at the No Yelling Challenge and Discipline Right Challenge. So we're not just going to show you how to stop yelling, we'll show you how to discipline right and make your parenting better. My name is Wendy Ologe. I'm the founder of the Intentional Parent Academy.